Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts. Hold on tight. Tonight's racing show is sponsored by RiverviewFamily.com Auto Sales. Go hit them up for all your auto sales needs. Tonight on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show, #1 on YouTube. We have with us TJ Moon. Welcome to the show, Mr. TJ.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about your racing career. Where did this awesome adventure begin for you?
So it started off with my dad buying me a go-kart when I was little. And then I just kind of, whenever I got my first go-kart, I just kind of ventured on from there and then just got to bandos when I was 10, I think.
Okay. What was it like for you to race for the first time?
It was pretty, it was pretty fun. Definitely. Definitely was an
Were you
experience.
were you scared at all when you got behind the wheel for the first time?
I don't think I was scared. I was just more happy that I was behind the wheel because I've been wanting to do it since when I was first came out the womb.
All right. How much success have you had as a race car driver?
Last year we won the Bandolero Outlaw National Championship. Was a big step. Because the year before we were going for it, and then unfortunate motor problems caused that to kind of go away. But we came back next year, and then we won the first national event, and unfortunately we had some bad luck at Nashville, and then we won summer shootout, and then we won the Bandolero Championship.
Okay. How do you celebrate your victories?
Normally with all my family, and we just kind of, it's not really like a big party, but it's just kind of celebrating the win and then taking a bunch of pictures and then going back home and let my mom make some food.
So when you win races, TJ, do you have a special ritual you do at the track?
Normally, it kind of depends on how big it is. Like if my dad's not there, sometimes my mom will be in there, so I'll hug her sometimes. But definitely the big wins, my dad was there, so I got to hug him. So that's pretty cool. But it's kind of just standing up on top of the car and just going all out and
All
saying
right.
hi to my grandma.
All right. Okay. So what does an awesome day at the racetrack look like for you?
We unload the cars and then we just kind of maintenance them sometimes, or we go through them to get them all ready. And then after that, it's just kind of practice and then just see where we are for the balance of the car. And then after that, we'll just work our way up and just try to get up the food chain as far as we can for the race.
What's an awesome day at the race shop look like for you?
Normally it's working on them because whenever I was racing bandos, I got to wrap a lot of cars, which was pretty fun. So I got to do that, and then this year I got to go get fitted and then help work on race cars and help a bunch of people out. So it was pretty fun.
What is the story behind your racing number?
So it kind of started off with my grandpa. He used to run the 9, and then when my dad ran 97, and then his brother ran 19, I really like the 9 because it's just simple. It's there, you can see it. So I chose that, and I just had it ever since.
Okay. Who do you have for sponsors on your racing team?
I have Simpson Race Products, where you get all your safety equipment. I have Jan's Towing, that will help us a lot. And then my Dean Hanscom Heating, and then my mom, dad, and my grandma, and then everyone at Maine supporting me.
Okay. So, okay, TJ, let's talk about some of the trophies behind you now. What trophies do you have behind you there?
I have a lot of them. Probably the best one that I have is probably the Summer Shootout Championship belt. That's probably the biggest one that I have behind me.
All right. TJ, okay. Okay. Are you still looking for sponsors for your racing team?
I'm always looking for sponsors, just trying to get my name out there and work on it as much as I can and just see if we can get some extra help there and then.
How does one reach out to you to sponsor you?
Um, you can go on Facebook on TJ Moon Racing, just text our Facebook, and then go to our webpage, tjmoonracing.com, That'll probably be the best way, or come to the racetrack wherever I'm racing and then get to meet us more.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to sponsor TJ here, reach out to his Facebook pages or his website, and you get to know TJ better and possibly sponsor him. What is your home racetrack, TJ?
In the late model, it's Hickory, and then the Legend stuff, it's Charlotte, because they don't run Legends at Hickory a lot. So whenever they do, that's my home track for Legends, but it's Hickory.
All right. What is your favorite racetrack you've ever raced on?
I have a couple that are Slinger is probably up there. It's just fun and it's got a lot of history behind it. Charlotte's there because it's NASCAR track, and then probably the Irwindale Speedway unfortunately got shut down, but that was probably the funnest racetrack.
Are you pretty good about reading the racetrack?
Normally I am, especially going all over the country last year really helped out. Kind of, it made me more comfortable at different places and kind of got me out of my comfort zone for some racetracks and just kind of helped me like experience it differently in every racetrack.
Okay. So, TJ, all right. What was the transition like for you to come out of Bandoleros into Legends and then late models?
It was definitely different because the bandos you don't shift at all or have a clutch, so it's just kind of getting used to the clutch, the shifting, kind of getting used to everything on how bigger the cars are, especially the late models. And then the it's just Legends are way more twitchier than any car that I've ever driven. They're a lot of fun. The late models kind of like driving a Cadillac sometimes, and then you just kind of the bando was fun. It was just really bumpy at some tracks.
Okay. So, TJ, okay. Who is your racing hero?
Probably my dad. He's definitely helped me where I got to where I am now. And then probably my uncle too. He's definitely been there all the way for me.
All right. You have a favorite NASCAR driver that you idolize too?
Um, Probably Bill Elliott because he drove one of my uncle's cars back then. So that was probably that was really cool. So
All right. Did you ever get a chance to meet Bill Elliott?
not yet. We're trying to.
Okay. TJ, have you met any other professional race car drivers in your life?
I've met Dale Earnhardt Jr. I've met Kevin Harvick, Chase Elliott, Jamie McMurray. I met a lot of people. It's pretty cool.
So, all these guys that you've mentioned, what was it like to meet them and have a conversation with them?
It's definitely good to experience talking to bigger names, especially like Kevin Harvick, because you get to know kind of how he did it whenever he was in Legends and late models and stuff like that. So you can kind of like relate to him and just kind of have a good conversation to him.
All right. So, TJ, do you have a racing nickname?
Uh, in Bandos, it was Blue Moon or Luna Moon, but it's just kind of been TJ my whole life.
All right. What are your future goals as a race car driver?
Make it to NASCAR and just probably support my family as much as I can whenever I get older and just help everyone out as much as I can, give back to where I came from and help everyone out.
All right. Um, so, what do you like to do for fun outside the racetrack?
Spend time with my dogs, hang out, go to autograph sessions, and then do some iRacing, which has kind of kept me in the seat, and fishing.
All right. Okay. So, when you're strapped in your race car, getting ready to go on the racetrack, what helps get you psyched up and motivated to go out and do this?
Just I just kind of don't think about it. I kind of either think about like what we're gonna eat or something, just to kind of keep my mind off of what's happening out in the racetrack. Just kind of keep myself calm because you can get butterflies whenever you're in the car. So it just kind of calms you down, just makes you focus more.
All right. What is the best piece of advice you've gotten as a race car driver?
Never give up. There's always different possibilities. Always use your head. Basically, just kind of everything. because if you don't use your head, sometimes you'll end up in a predicament where you're wrecking a lot. You're kind of backing off on some races. So it's just kind of be smart. Majority of the time is just be smart and just kind of keep level headed all the time.
What kind of advice would you give a new race car driver?
Definitely find the right people to be around and just help everyone that you can. Get as much information, just get your name out there as much as you can.
Okay. All right. So TJ, who's on your racing crew?
It's my mom, my dad, Jake Trado, Chase Spalding, my spotter, Jacob Witt, kind of anyone that wants to come out and help, definitely really helps.
Okay. You have any crazy racing stories you'd like to share with us?
I got a lot of those. Definitely, whenever we were at Charlotte last year was definitely crazy. Started off winning 4 in a row, and then it just kind of went easy from there on out. And then it was pretty cool to know that I tied Ty Gibbs for the most wins for Outlaws, which is definitely an accomplishment to have.
Okay. Which is a pretty huge accomplishment. I'll give you that. Okay. So at this portion of the racing show, TJ, I'd like to turn the mic over to my guest. If you have a couple questions you'd like to ask me, you can ask me a couple questions.
Okay. Um, who's your biggest NASCAR fan? Like, who's your biggest NASCAR driver that you met?
Okay. I have met Rusty Wallace, very awesome guy to talk to.
That's pretty
I met his
cool.
brother. I met his brothers Mike and Kenny, very very awesome guys. And then I've also met Tony Stewart. And then I've
Cool.
met Kenny Schrader.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've met
Now,
I can't think of his name, Ricky Craven back in Maine, which was pretty cool. That was whenever I was younger, so it was definitely cool to see him.
now through the racing show, that's another story. I have met Shane Meal, and then also I had the opportunity to meet through the racing show Ernie Irvin.
That's cool.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, PJ. All right. Is there anybody else you'd like to thank you for helping you get this for your racing career?
Everyone that's back in Maine that supports me, keeps me always on my toes. My mom, my dad, they're probably the biggest supporters, including my grandma. They've always just been there for me whenever I need it. Everyone that helps me out on and off the racetrack, Jake Trado's definitely been there a lot. Uncle Ron, just everyone back in Maine that helps me out or is always there for me whenever I need them to talk to. It's kind of everyone that's there.
Who are some of your friends at the racetrack?
I try to make as many as possible before I go out on the racetrack. Definitely, I make some good friends like Ben Morbito, and then kind of good friends with Keelan Harvick, Kevin Harvick's son. We get along really well, and then just kind of anyone that's really nice.
Okay, PJ. All right. What do your school friends think of you being a race car driver?
Well, the good thing about that is that I'm a homeschooled, so I don't have to worry about anyone thinking bad about me racing cars.
All right. So, what are your plans going into 2026?
We have some big, really big plans coming and taking my driving out of state. So we'll see how that goes. And then we just can't announce it yet. It'll be coming out soon. So definitely look out for that. And then definitely I'll run some races in North Carolina. And then I'll run some legend races at some point. I don't know when, but that's definitely to hit up sometimes.
Is there a particular race you're looking forward to racing in coming up?
All of them.
Out of all the wins in your racing career, what has to be your most favorite victory thus far?
Probably the Bando Nationals, which was pretty cool. That was I probably I got shuffled. I started the lead, and then I got shuffled back to 8th or 9th, and then I worked my way back up to the lead while the green and white checkered, which was pretty cool. That's definitely top of it, and then right behind it's the Summer Shootout Championship, just because it's been so many years that they've had it, and it's just kind of really big in racing, so it's just cool to win that.
What types of racing do you like to watch on TV?
Anything that goes in a circle. I don't really the road courses I kind of stay away from. I'm not too shabby at those, but I don't really those are kind of my thing. The oval racing is it's definitely short track racing too. And dirt. Dirt I grew up on too, so that's pretty cool.
Very cool. So, TJ, I would like to thank you for being on our racing show tonight, talking to us about your racing career, getting to know you a little bit better. I will have you step out and I will call you a little bit to thank you.
Okay, thank you for having me.
Not a problem. Ladies and gentlemen, that was TJ Moon on our racing show tonight, talking to us about his racing career. Go hit up his website and his social media pages if you'd like to get to know TJ better or sponsor him. Or if you'd like to sponsor our racing show or be on our racing show, feel free to call us or text us at 712-209-713, or you can email us at jjnolan